Hi, my name is John Short. I live in Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm 40 years old and I live here with my wife. We've been married about 6 months and our two cats who are insane and are presently ruining my curtains in the other room. So I'll have to get to that in a minute. I think I'd be a really great addition to Foundr. Being a show host, a journalist, a contributing content provider is something I'd be very passionate about. It's something I've had a strong interest in and did myself on my own for several years. Kind of decided to switch things up. And so yeah, I would really love to get back into producing media content. So a little bit about me. I used to live in England. I was born in Charlotte, North Carolina. And then my mom and I moved to England where she's from. And then the two of us moved back after several years. So back when I was about 8 or 9, we moved back here. So spent some of my early childhood over there, and it's really cool having that connection. So I went to the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill, studied media communications there, and then a little bit later I went into public administration at University of North Carolina at Charlotte, and that's how I got into doing community engagement, community service work for the city government, local government here, and that's what I do now. I do a lot of writing now, so I have pretty solid grammar, good presentation skills, good public speaking skills, good interpersonal skills. I work well with others, can do things on my own, deadline driven, multitasking, all that. I do a lot of multitasking now. We often have projects that are always do at the same time. That happens a lot. Happens a lot in local government, turns out. So I think I'd really like to kind of transition into doing more media-related items. For the old website, Pop Culture Coast to Coast, I used to do a podcast, which I hosted and created all the content for, including games and the different topics that we talk about, written features, music reviews, movie reviews, opinion pieces, pretty much did it all. And so I would love to get back into that, and I definitely feel like I have a lot of skills to contribute for Foundr there. Some interesting things about me. I once ate a 6-pound burrito by myself in one sitting and got my picture on the wall, which was, you know, maybe worth it. The double XL t-shirt I got for finishing it was not worth it since I was unable to wear it because it was like wearing like a poncho, basically, like a tent. Like if someone took a tent, put sleeves in it, and was like, here, wear this, that's what it would have been like. So it was kind of unwearable, although it was a pretty cool shirt. It said, I conquered El Gigante on it. Side note, the name of the burrito, El Gigante. So that should tell you something there. I drive a stick. That's pretty cool. Not a lot of people do that anymore, but I do. Keeping the knowledge alive. It's like blacksmithing, you know what I'm saying? The old world traditions, still alive. I'm doing it. Actually, I'm also an ordained minister, so I'm going to be officiating 2 weddings this year, one in the summer and one in the fall. So that's it right there. I mean, that's a job skill that is transferable everywhere, I'm pretty sure. The show host aspect of this is really interesting to me. I love sitting down, talking to people, kind of finding out who they are, what makes them tick, how do they get to where they are. So I really hope that you guys will consider me for Foundr, and I really look forward to being a member of this team, and I think it's a great position and something that I know I would excel at, and you guys won't be disappointed. Thanks again. Bye. I'm John Short, and we're here today with John Curry, founder and president of Ashling Realty. John, thanks for joining us today.
It's a pleasure.
Great. So tell us a little bit about Ashling Realty and what kind of work you guys do.
Yeah, so Ashling, what we do is we invest in residential real estate throughout the country. We provide debt and equity to residential developers and home builders, and we are sort of carving out a nice space in the what we sort of call the sub $5 to $10 million development, focusing on delivering starter homes and next stage housing to major metros in the United States.
Okay, wow, that's quite an undertaking. And this is a company that you founded yourself, but did you have experience in this field prior to kind of branching out on your own?
Yeah, so before my time with Ashling, I was the general counsel at a company called Mountain Real Estate Capital, doing something very similar. Not necessarily providing debt into the residential space, but we were providing equity, and did that for about 4 years. And then prior to that, I was a real estate attorney for 10 years.
So very experienced in the world of real estate. So you mentioned a little bit when you kind of had the realization, the moment that you wanted to branch off and do this on your own. Tell me about that moment, that not necessarily the moment, but really that time in your life, and what were you scared of, and how did you know that even though that there was a big risk that you were going to do it anyway, and how did you get over that?
There's a couple of different things that really came into play. So the first thing had been a joke that I had been saying for years. Again, with my daughters, people would always ask me, did I want my girls to be lawyers? And I would always joke that I wanted them to be making the call, not taking the call.
Oh.
And I had sort of said that enough times. I had said it enough times that then I started thinking, well, actually, I would like to be making the call, not taking the call.
Yeah, right.
So that sort of, was a seed that was in there. And then, I was just very lucky that my partner, Lee, that she was able to sort of, give me the encouragement and support to do that. So that my home life, my personal life was sort of there and was strong enough to be able to give me what I needed to be able to sort of focus on the business side. And while it was still very scary, I at least knew that I had a sort of almost an emotional safety.
Yeah. Tell me about, have you ever thought about a company or a product or anything like that you say, God, wish I'd invented that. Wish I was the leader of that company. God, that is genius.
Interesting. There are multiple times that I've wished that I've sort of been able to go back in time and bring something.
Yeah.
So again, being the sort of music fan that I am, sort of the iPod, I just think it was great. And what's fascinating about that is I remember when someone was showing me the old Sony mini discs and just being like, I just don't see how that's going to work, and then just seeing that next step with the iPod just being sort of fantastic. And then sort of simple things like the electric bottle opener. Like it's just the just realizing how
kind of the late night call in for this product now type of thing, right? Yeah. The electric bottle opener. Get it? The ShamWow.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, listen. My house is sort of full of those things, and stuff that you see only on TV.
That's right.
Or was it Brookstone?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah,
or Sky Mall, of course.
Oh yeah, God
for all your shopping needs.
Rest in peace. But that those type of things where I just see the joy of the convenience of what they've done, and then just be able to I wish I'd been ahead of.
You can see where they thought they were sitting at home one day and this thing was happening. It's I just cannot wipe this up correctly. There's got to be a better way.
Exactly.
And then they went in and there's your ShamWow. Unbelievable. All right. Well, so what I want to do now is I want to do what we're going to call a rapid fire, right? So this is you're John Curry, successful creator, owner of founder of Ashling Realty, right? So many people were thinking, wow, this guy's amazing, and you are amazing. But I want to see what things you have in common. Let's cut that right there. Let's stop right here. That's not going to work. Okay. You ready?
Yep.
All right, so what I want to do now is I want to do a rapid fire session. We're just going to find out some things about you, John Curry, the man. We've found out all about your great company and what kind of inspires you. Now we're just going to find out who you are, right?
Perfect.
Some real easy things. All right, so I'm going to ask you a question and just try to give something that pops right into your mind. Okay?
Okay.
So you mentioned you're a music fan. Favorite artist of all time?
The Beatles.
Ooh, okay. Favorite Beatle of all time?
George Harrison.
Wow, I didn't hesitate on that one. Respect. Favorite ice cream?
Chocolate.
Okay. Ireland or America?
Ireland to grow up in, America to live in.
Covered your bases. Okay. Basketball or soccer? Or, excuse me, football?
College basketball.
College basketball. Excellent. Favorite team?
Duke.
Didn't have to think about that. Man, I had one loaded. I forgot it. All right. Let's stop right there for a second. Oh, man, I can't believe I forgot it. Okay.
No worries.
I should have had that written down. Okay, you ready?
Yep.
Okay, good. So you didn't have to think about that. Duke was loaded. All right. Favorite pizza topping?
Pepperoni.
Favorite author?
Terry Pratchett.
Favorite book by that author?
Guards.
Favorite actor?
John Cusack.
And finally, one of the most important questions of all time, something that really defines who we are as a person. What is your favorite movie of all time?
Fight Club.
Fight Club. Very good. John, I appreciate you. Thanks for sitting down and talking with us.
No problem.
It was a pleasure. For Foundr Magazine, this is John Short. Thanks very much.